This is America, not a battlefield, not a third world country, not a place people run from. This is where people come to build a life. The richest country on earth, trillions in wealth, endless skyscrapers, houses worth millions of dollars, luxury cars, bright lights, big dreams. And tonight, in this country, over 500,000 people have no home. Not in another nation, not somewhere far away, right here, while just a few miles away. Someone is sipping wine in a glass high-rise. Someone is taking a warm shower. Someone is climbing into a king-size bed. And outside, another person is climbing into a sleeping bag. Some of them used to own homes. Some of them had careers. Some of them wore uniforms. And some of them work full-time. They wake up, go to work, smile at customers, clock in, clock out. Then they come back to a car or a tent or a sidewalk. Let that sink in. In the richest country in the world, working isn't always enough to afford a roof. This isn't just happening in one city. It's happening in Los Angeles, San Francisco, New York, Seattle, Austin, Phoenix, entire tent cities, under bridges, along highways, in downtown streets, not hidden, not rare, out in the open. And here's the part no one wants to admit. This isn't a sudden disaster. It didn't happen overnight. This was built. So the question isn't, why are these people homeless? The real question is, how did this happen in the richest country on earth? Missing one paycheck is all it takes. One bill late, one emergency, one bad week, and suddenly you're behind. Rent didn't wait. The landlord didn't care. The late fees didn't pause, because in America, rent doesn't rise slowly. It jumps 5%, 10%, sometimes more. And wages? They crawl. Every year, your rent gets taller, but your paycheck stays the same height. So you start making choices. Bad ones. Gas or groceries, medicine or rent, electricity or food. You pay one and miss another. And that's when the trap closes. Deposits, application fees, background checks, credit scores. To move into a place, you need money you don't have. First month's rent, last month's rent, security deposit, pet deposit, key deposit, cleaning fee. You could pay $6,000 just to get inside a $2,000 apartment. And if you're short, rejected. You refresh listings, apply again, get denied again. Not because you're lazy, not because you didn't try, because your number is wrong. Your credit score, one mistake from years ago, still follows you. And then comes the invisible bill, medical debt, one trip to the ER, one ambulance ride, one prescription you can't afford. And the bill comes later. Thousands of dollars, debt you didn't choose, but can't escape. And when the money disappears, the rent stays. And when the rent stays, the clock starts ticking, not weeks, days. And then comes the letter. Notice to vacate. Legal words, cold ink, meaning you're out. No place lined up, no backup, no savings. You pack what you can carry and leave the rest behind. Furniture, photos, clothes, life. And this is the part no one tells you. Once you fall, it's not easy to climb back. Without an address, you can't get a job. Without a job, you can't rent. Without rent, you can't get an address. It's a loop, not an accident. A machine designed to drop you and keep you there. Because losing your home is just the beginning. Mike the veteran. Mike used to wear a uniform. Now, he sleeps in his car every night. He checks the doors twice, sometimes 3 times, not because someone's outside, but because something inside won't let him rest. Iraq, Afghanistan, dust, noise, screams. He doesn't talk about it much, but his eyes do. PTSD isn't loud anymore. It's quiet. It's the way he flinches when a truck backfires. It's the way he never fully relaxes. Even when he closes his eyes, he's still standing guard. Mike had a place once, a small apartment, nothing fancy, but it was his. Then the rent went up. Again. His disability check stayed the same. His bills didn't. So, he fell behind. First 1 month, then 2. Then the note on the door. He packed what he could fit into the back of his car. Medals, a spare shirt, a photo from 2006. Now his bed is the back seat, and his home has 4 wheels. He parks somewhere different every night, not because he wants to travel, but because he's afraid to be noticed. America trained him to survive war, but never taught him how to survive peace. Sarah, the single mom. Sarah wakes up before the sun, not to work 1 job, but 2. Breakfast at sunrise, dinner at night. Somewhere in between, she tries to pretend things are normal. She counts every dollar, every mile, every minute. Her kids don't complain. They're too smart for that. They know. They function on less. Sarah once had a quiet apartment. It wasn't big, but it had a door. And doors matter. Then the rent changed. The numbers went up. Her paycheck didn't. So she started skipping meals. Not rent. Not the phone. Herself. 1 envelope changed everything. Notice to vacate. In bold letters. No apology. No explanation. Just time. Running out. Now the kids sleep on blankets. In someone else's living room. The apartment is gone. But the job is still there. She works harder than ever, and yet has less than ever. Sarah didn't fail her kids. The math did. Daniel, the worker. Daniel built houses for other people. He fixed roofs, welded steel, poured cement. He believed in working hard, because in America, that's supposed to be enough. Then one day, something snapped. A ladder, a bone, a life. They called an ambulance. They fixed his arm. They ruined his future. No insurance, just paperwork, bills, letters written in words. No one ever taught him. He couldn't work, so the bills worked on him. Every week, another one arrived. Medical, credit, rent, until the mailbox felt like a weapon. Now Daniel stands next to buildings he once helped build and wonders how a man can raise walls, but not himself, the line that matters. These people didn't fail life. Life failed them. Not one story, a pattern, not bad choices, bad systems. And the hardest truth isn't that this is happening, it's that it can happen to anyone. And it already has, just in different ways. People like Mike, Sarah, Daniel, they're not alone. Millions of Americans are standing in the same place, just in different shoes, because this isn't about laziness, and it's not about bad choices. It's about a system that quietly pushes people over the edge. Drive through any city, and you'll see the contradiction. Luxury apartments with no lights on, row after row of empty windows. Just blocks away, people sleeping outside, not because there aren't homes, but because homes are no longer homes. They're investments, vacant, waiting for prices to rise. Meanwhile, rent climbs without mercy. $1,200 becomes $1,800. $1,800 becomes $2,400. And wages? They don't follow. Not for teachers, not for nurses, not for factory workers, not for service staff. Paychecks get tighter, but contracts get richer. And when you fall behind, the banks are waiting, not with help, but with interest. Credit cards, payday loans, late fees, penalty rates. Every dollar owed creates another dollar to pay. And then comes the medical bill, the quiet killer. One injury, one diagnosis, one ER visit, and your savings disappear. Not slowly, all at once. Because in America, treatment comes first. Protection comes later, if it comes at all. So people sell what they have. They max out cards. They borrow from tomorrow just to survive today. And the system? It never stops. It charges. It collects. It compounds. Until the ground disappears under your feet. In America, you're not poor. You're just one disaster away from it. Music deepens. You were told a story. Work hard. Play by the rules. Build something, and you will be safe. The American dream. A house. A car. A future. But look again. For millions of people, that dream is gone. Not because they were lazy, Not because they failed, but because the math changed, the rules changed, the finish line moved. Rent is higher than wages. Education costs more than salaries. Healthcare costs more than survival. And the system? It doesn't care. Weak don't last. Strong don't stop. The machine only moves forward, grinding people into profit. This is not a crisis. This is a business. Every eviction, someone gets richer. Every hospital bill, someone profits. Every late fee feeds the machine. And the American dream? It's for sale now, to the highest bidder. And if you can't afford it, you don't get to dream. You get to survive. So ask yourself, in this country, is success still built, or is it bought? Because when a nation turns housing into an asset instead of a home, people stop living and start enduring. Now, let's talk about you, not Mike, not Sarah, not Daniel. You. If you lost your job tomorrow, what happens next? How long could you last? Without a paycheck? 30 days? 60? 90? Do you have savings? Or just a number that looks like one? If your car died? If your rent jumped? If you got sick right now, could you survive it? Or would you swipe a card, call a loan place, ask someone for help, and hope they say yes? Most people don't fall. They slide. Slowly, quietly. One bill, one delay, one emergency, until suddenly, everything changes. You don't lose your home all at once. You lose it, piece by piece. First comfort, then sleep, then dignity. And the scariest part? There's no sound. When it happens, no alarm, no warning, no moment that says, this is it. One day, you're fine. The next, you're not. Look around. Your couch, your kitchen, your room. Now imagine it gone. Not someday, not in theory, but for real. Tonight, right now. How close are you to that edge? You might not see it, but it's there, waiting quietly. In America, you're closer to homelessness than you think. America still calls itself the land of opportunity, but millions of people aren't chasing dreams anymore. They're chasing a place to sleep, under a roof, out of the cold, out of sight. They don't want success. They want stability. Not mansions, not yachts, not millions. Just a door that locks. Just a bed that's theirs. Just morning that doesn't start with fear. And maybe that's the real dream now. Not getting rich, just not falling. And if this story made you uncomfortable, good. That means it matters. If this story moved you, someone else needs to see it too.